Welcome to Richard Mabey Presents.
Hello, YouTube friends. This is Richard Mabey with Richard Mabey Presents. It's Thursday, February 8th, 2024 at 12:27, a little after high noon. Big show planned for today. Big show planned for today. I got my dad's first gear baseball cap on. My dad had a big collection of first gear trucks and cars, and they're 1/24th scale die cast, finely detailed car models and truck models. So got the old first gear hat to honor Dad today. A lot of things I want to do today. I have an agenda a mile long, so I'll get right into it. I want to go over hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. I know that's a whole lot of letters and two big words, but I'm going to simplify it. And that's one of the things, one of the things I've been diagnosed with my heart. So I got my old anatomy book out, and we're going to take a look at what is everything you wanted to know about hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, but we're afraid to ask. So without further ado, here we go. Got the old anatomy book out. Now everything is reversed. So this is the right, this is right, and this is left. Because you're looking at the patient, you're looking at their face, so everything is reversed. Now this is, get here. This is the myocardium. That's the muscle that surrounds the ventricles. You have the left ventricle and the right ventricle, and the muscle that allows or performs the function of heart contraction is the myocardium. Now, in between the left ventricle and the right ventricle is the interventricular septum, and that's right here. Now, I have both sides of my myocardium are thickened. Hence, they have the name hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Myo referring to the muscle. Myo means muscle in Latin. Pathy, anything apathy or something, anything with pathy is pathology. So this area here in my heart, specifically the right is more profound, is very, very thick here. And my septum here, the interventricular septum, is very, very thick. Now, that's not a good thing, because when the heart contracts, you don't want these the myocardium thick, because it's not as flexible. So you lose that ability to on contraction to really have that power, that power. I wish I had a model of the human heart. When I was a kid, I had there was a model. I had the Visible Man, and it was pretty cool. You could take out the little organs, and of course, you put them in with glue, but then you could, and the skin was transparent. It was really a cool thing. But and I learned. I guess I was about 11 when I got the Visible Man. I learned a lot about the body from just that little model. So this here is very thick. Now, I don't know if they show. I'm in the moment here. Let me see if I have a. No, they don't. I was looking for the exterior of the heart. No, I don't. Oh man. Okay. as best as this isn't too bad here. But if you can picture the heart, I wonder if they have the heart. Let me see. I'm in the moment here, folks. The coronary arteries here. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Now, let me get my. Okay, let me get my. Again, it's backwards, right on this side, left on this side. So let me find the. Okay, here's the left coronary artery. The left coronary artery here. And here is the right coronary artery. Now, here you can see the artery, the left coronary artery is atop the heart. Now, what happens is you have these muscle fibers coming across here, but when the heart contracts, it doesn't affect, on a normal heart, it doesn't affect the left coronary artery because the coronary artery is on top of the heart muscle. Now, what I have here is these, if this was more detailed, there were these smooth muscles in the heart. Actually, what happens is, I'm holding the camera at the same time here. Say this is the left coronary artery here. And normally, I'm not coordinated enough to, anyway, it would be on top. But in my case, make believe my fingers are muscle fibers. So that with a myocardial bridge, every time my heart contracts, it squeezes the coronary artery. And I have bridges, severe bridges, both on the left coronary artery and also on the right coronary artery. Now, there's an artery called the circumflex, and that, let me see if I can find it here. I'm completely in the moment here, folks. They don't show it here. They don't show. Let me see. I'm completely in the moment, folks. They show it here. The lateral circumflex artery. No, they don't show it here. Well, anyway, there's another coronary artery where I have myocardial bridges. So I have myocardial bridges in my right coronary artery, right there, and I have myocardial bridges in my left coronary artery. So hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, that's where we talked about this muscle, smooth muscle that surrounds the ventricles is thickened, and that's called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and that's 1 in 500 to have that. And then, don't quote me on this. I'm going by memory. I think it's 1 in 1,000 people have severe coronary myocardial bridges. So altogether, Dr. M and Dr. U both told me the odds are about 1 in 3,000 to have both myocardial bridges and hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. And Dr. Yu said it's like winning the lottery in reverse. It's like winning the lottery in reverse. So that's our anatomy lesson for today. So I'm hoping that this way, if you go to even if you go to a general practitioner, or especially if you go to a cardiologist, you can discuss these aspects of the human heart, with a little more knowledge. I mean, I'm not trying to present, human anatomy 101, but I'm just trying to get, to get, to get you more familiar with the terms and the pathology, some of the pathology of the heart and that kind of thing. So we'll talk about the human heart in another episode. But for right now, I've got some more things to talk about, and be right back. So YouTube friends, this is my actual anatomy book from when I was at County College of Morris, Human Anatomy and Physiology, and I did really well in the class, both first semester and second semester. And what really got me over the edge was my lab notebook, because I had essentially I had those marble, black and white, marble covered, hardcover notebooks. But I used to bring the 3-ring, the spiral notebook. Then I would recopy my notes really well. And it was about in the middle of Anatomy 1 with the lab. We had our midterm lab, and you had to hand in your notebook for a grade. And my professor, Professor Amon, I don't know if he's still with us or not. Wonderful teacher, wonderful professor. But anyway, he held out my notebook. He said, he made a copy. He made photostatic copies of like 3 pages of my notebook and handed it out to everybody. He said, "This is how your lab book should look." So it was like a magical moment for me. Okay, moving right along. I have been doing a lot of thinking and a lot of praying about the Scout Museum. And again, going through more and more the blue tubs late yesterday afternoon, and I came across this gem. Look at this, folks. Look at this. Check this out. First award. There's the Scout symbol. The Scout. Look at that. First award. This is official. I got upside down. Boy Scout. Camporee. Boy Scouts of America. Now, here it is here. Unit. Here it is. Troop 170. Richard Mabey. They didn't put the senior down, but that's my dad. And then it says here, Spring Camporee, 1983. This is Mr. Jack Floyd's handwriting. He was a wonderful, wonderful scout leader. And he was Assistant Scoutmaster of Troop 170. And also the High Commissioner in the Boonton District for the Camping Activities Committee. And this is the Spring Camporee. Here it is, Spring Camporee. That's the participation ribbon. Everybody got that. But Troop 170 was the only troop that got this gem. So here it is here. First place, 170, Richard Mabey Sr., Spring Camporee, 83. There it is. First place. And boy, I'll tell you. And here's the patch. Mr. Jack Floyd designed this patch. They had the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts at this one. They said pioneering. One of the events was to build a tower, and you had to actually build it right then and there, and you were timed, and it was who built it the fastest. You put a flag on the top, the whole bit, and one scout had to climb on the top. So you always pick the kid that weighed the less. The kid that was the fastest and weighed the less. So that, and here it is in the Scouting Journal. I'm really proud of this. Here's the Scouting Journal for April, May, 1983. Brian Pearson wrote the article, and Troop 170 wins first place on the weekend of May 20th to 22nd, 1983. Troop 170 attended the spring camporee, and amazingly, we won. Between us and the second place team, there was a margin of over 80 points. This gave us a total of 93 awards. Everything seemed to have clicked this time, although there was one small problem. And I won't say anything about that. Maybe this experience will give us incentive enough to have more victories coming our way. This tenderfoot. And the kid had a bugle. So my dad made him the bugler. We hadn't had a bugler for a couple of years, a troop bugler. And the doggone kid, he'd go out there like 5:30 in the morning and blow and play reveille. 5:30 in the morning, the kids up with this bugle. So my father, some of the scout leaders threatened to, and some of the older scouts threatened to throw it down the latrine, but they didn't. But finally we convinced them to play reveille about 6:30, 6:45. Funny kid. His name was Matthew. I remember Matthew. Really interesting kid. Scout. All right, moving right along. I've been reading this book for the last couple of days, Nature's Healing Arts. This is a gem. I've read this book. I read this book about 8 or 9 times, cover to cover. This is a gem, and this is the beautiful artwork in here. Look, this is the. I used to know all these plants. We used to hike the Appalachian Trail, Dad and I, and I'm trying to get the cover off here, but yeah, okay. Here's the cover without the fancy book cover, but really beautiful artwork throughout the book. Now this is the May apple. This is the May apple. Right there's the May. And this is all Appalachia, and I think some of this stuff is in Jersey. This is the I should have my magnifying glass. Hexbane. Right there, that's the hexbane. This one right here, the hexbane. And then we got the opium poppy. That'll cure you. Here's the opium poppy. Right there. And 90% of these wildflowers and that kind of thing, and these herbs, we would find on the Appalachian Trail, you know. I hiked the Appalachian Trail about 9 or 10 times with Dad and I. We used to go for week-long sojourns of the, this is deadly nightshade right here. Deadly nightshade right there. And then we got Ergo of Rye. That's right here. The Ergo of Rye right here. These are beautiful drawings. Then this is Ipecac. Ipecac right here. Ipecac. That's Ipecac. This is Foxglove here. Foxglove here. And this is Madagascar Periwinkle. Madagascar Periwinkle right here. And this is licorice right here. Licorice right there. But in the days ahead, I do want to cover more and more of this book, and I'm reading it, and I'm reading it very slowly and carefully. You know, not like I'm reading a novel, but I really want to learn natural healing, and I'm so unorganized right now. I really do have to get organized. I'm also reading this book, Old-Fashioned Cures and Proven Home Remedies. And this book is 375 pages. And then there's another book here. What did I do with that book? I just had it. Oh, here it is. And then, of course, One of these days, I'm going to get organized. This is Dr. Jarvis's folk medicine book. I've been reading up on that. I mean, I've really been, this is 184 pages. I've been studying everything I can find on the internet, on YouTube, in, books I have, and trying to get as much information as I can on natural healing and getting adjusted, getting chiropractic adjustments, and trying to really, and praying for healing. But this book here, oh, this is a gem. This is the core of Appalachia, 200 pages on the nose. Put down in the comments, please, if you know or have heard of these natural healers in Appalachia. And Earl Hamner Jr. in the Waltons, he used to hint at these natural healers. I don't remember the episode, John Boy's friend, Sissy Spacek played the character, the role, but she got sick in the cabin. So John Boy runs to this cabin in this wooded area, and I forget what her name was, but like she was like old grandma so and so. She was an African American woman, and she knew all these teas and herbs and roots and natural healing. And there was this hint of that, there's these like very wise older women in Appalachia, and very unassuming, very humble, and they're healing people. And then there was another episode where Mary Ellen's becoming a nurse, and she's on Blue the mule, and she goes out to the around Walton's Mountain to the hill folk. And then there's another actress. It was Granny so and so, and she does and then the Beverly Hillbillies. They made a mock, almost a mockery out of it. But Granny would have these natural remedies and roots and herbs, and of course they had to make a mockery out of it. But in real life, there's truth to healing from the earth. God provided these roots and these herbs and these herbs for healing. And, we're used to going to CVS or Walgreens with this. You don't even get a prescription anymore. It's already sent electronically. And you're, taking all these chemicals. And I'm not saying, don't take pharmaceuticals. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is, it's like that old Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song, "Got to get back to the garden." We got to get organic. You got to just stop going to these fast food joints and stop eating the processed foods and get the soda. Stop drinking that poison soda, and you got to get I can't like lift belly lug these big case, vacuum formed plastic containers of bottled water anymore. So we have the filter, I think they call it Brita. So we filter the water, we change the filter regularly. But if anyone has any ideas for healing in general, and then specifically natural healing for the human heart, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Totally. Hey, what do I got to lose? So I do want to cover this book, in the next few episodes, and I'm trying to, now the museum, the Scout Museum, Oh, the Scout Museum. I know on my Facebook, a young man commented or liked, I don't know, something I put on Facebook about the museum, the Scout Museum. And he is a young Eagle Scout, young man, earned Eagle Scout not from Troop 178, for another troop. But he opened up, he got me thinking, like, why not have the Scout Museum? I remember it used to be back in the 70s and 80s, it was Troop 70, Troop 76, Troop 170, which was the best of the four, and then Troop 216. There were 4 Boy Scout troops in Lincoln Park at one time. So why not have it like a Lincoln Park Boy Scout Troop Museum? Why not? Have the other, besides 170, have the other 3 representatives, alumni of the other 3 Scout troops. Why not? So anyway, I believe this young man's still living in Lincoln. He's living in Lincoln Park, and so that would be such a blessing to have him. I wanted to get a committee, because I know, like last night I was getting chest pains, so I'm going to be limited. Probably I got about like maybe 6 or 7 months. I'll really be going downhill quickly. So I want to get that in gear, but where it's not dependent on me. I want to like get the ball rolling, and this young man who is an Eagle Scout, earned his Eagle Scout, and is now a young man. Young men like that, they can carry on the museum after I'm gone. Maybe name the museum after me. Maybe, hey, I'm modest. Only kidding. I can see the comments now. I'm only kidding. So yeah. So I have a sore throat, and the sore throat scares me. John Doe doesn't understand. Average John Doe, the average moron. I didn't mean to say that. The average person out there doesn't understand. If you got heart problems, you get a sore throat, you're playing with fire. I apologize. I didn't mean to say. I mean the average person. I didn't mean to say moron. It's like. So, no, I sincerely apologize for. It's just that you get people saying the most absurd things in the world, I mean, the most absurd things in the world, So, it's one of those things. I'm going to wrap it up. As always, thank you for watching, and keep a good thought. So please do subscribe. So and leave some comments and like. Even if you didn't like this video, please smash the like button. So stay happy, stay positive, stay healthy. This is Richard Mabey signing off.